new Pop Smoke album. We got a new show. Same people though. Y'all already know what's up.
Same people, same time. Y'all know how we get down. Ooh. Let me find out. I got put in the application that you might have. But what's good, man?
Yeah, it definitely should be working for Untitled Chapter. We got a new birthday for y'all too, but for real, we back in here to make it clear. It's your host Rob Lowe bringing y'all season 4, episode 16. Welcome back to Facts and Stats. Now, since the last time we seen y'all, Bucks won game 5, Bucks won game 6. Had a feeling that was coming last week.
But that 3-2, you desperate at that point.
Fuck it, I'm picking the Bucks.
Game 6?
Game 5. I got the Bucks tomorrow.
Oh, you switching again?
I'm
Okay.
switching.
Okay.
I'm switching.
You went Bucks.
I'm going with the voice. The voice in my head is saying Bucks. 4 straight wins and playoff series, finals. When people thought it was over, got the Bucks going with game 6. Especially if they get game 5, game 6 gonna be a blowout. They cleaned it up and they got that chip, but we got to break it down a little bit, just a little bit. Any way you want to go, there's no direction for this to start it off. What you want to say about the finals, man?
Oh man, let me get a 50-piece nugget.
Chicken minis?
It's what time is it? It's 10 a.m. and I haven't slept at all. I haven't slept even for 1 minute. There's 150,000 people watching you right now.
Really?
Yes. So can I have please a 50-piece Mac Minis, 50 exactly,
Okay.
not 51, not 49 chicken minis, yes.
That 51, 49, 50. Let me get that. Hey, pay all respect to Giannis, Militant, Jru Holiday. We get to that later. PJ Tucker, Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis. The crowd went crazy for Bobby.
Bobby Portis.
They went crazy for Bobby.
Favorite out there.
Yeah. But, you know, I gotta talk about the downfall to this whole situation. I think this is the only chance Chris Paul might ever get to get in a ring, man. It hurts me to say that, but
That's tough.
I don't see it happening anytime in the near future, and he only got a couple of years left. Unless, you know, he'll just join the team off the bench, and, you know, but that's not the same as...
They got some Lakers rumors out there. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, but
It's
he's not
a little
taking...
weird to me.
Yeah, it's a major pay cut, you know, with staying with Finals to get over 100 mil. If he leave, he go down to 10 mil. Yeah, you want 100 mil, you want 10 mil. So that right there put a lot on your plate if you want to ring him down. I ain't gonna hold you on that. But great finals to me. Bucket. What was your game 6, man? I couldn't find you. I know you was a job like carrying the team, but don't go out like that. Can't go out like that. But all respect to the Bucks, man. They out here. Brandon Jennings called it way back when he said game 6. So
Brandon Jennings. Shout out Brandon Jennings. Matter of fact, he had a 50-piece, like his rookie year. Never forget that. He went off. So shout out to him, but shout out to other nigga, man. 50. Oh, Giannis, for real, man. Saying he did an interview after the game. It's like, oh yeah, I did this the hard way, re-signed with my own team. Joked about, yeah, I can ask for a trade now, cause y'all like shot at Dame and you know what I'm saying, anybody like that. But always compare them to Dirk, bruh, cause they way opposite, but they both 7 foot and they could do shit that they shouldn't be able to do for 7-footers. And since Giannis started getting easy buckets now in the post off the pick and roll, working with Jru Holiday, one of them key additions, you feel me? Perfect situation for him to break through all this bullshit. 50, 13, and 5, bruh. 5 blocks. I'm not entertaining no more debates about Giannis, bruh. He like that, bruh. If I hear somebody say he can't shoot, I'm turning the channel. I'm not having that conversation no more, bruh. It's for real, if you got a platform, you need to be doing your homework. Don't be lazy, and don't be using these hating ass bandwagons as reasons to bring these young players' faults up from the past, bruh. Y'all keep being behind y'all, cause it's a lot of these young niggas that's gonna come up and win chips. Y'all gonna have to explain why y'all was shitting on them for 5 years. You feel me? So with that being said, y'all lucky Giannis ain't come to that press conference or on that stage and say fuck all y'all motherfuckers on stage. Y'all lucky he ain't petty like me. We gonna move on to the freestyle, cause we got a little bit more for the NBA finals, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And well, you know, I'm so glad you was talking about Giannis, cause you know we're gonna stay on this topic. With Giannis being dominant as he was in this playoff run, he got past Brooklyn with KD, made it all the way to the finals, gave the final game a 50-piece added on with the 5 blocks.
Chicken minis.
These are serious stats right here, people. So, I believe going into the next season, Giannis is the best player in the league. As you mentioned, you're gonna change the channel if anybody talking about, if he can shoot or not. Well, if you can't stop this man from under the basket, what's the point of going to talk about his shooting? If you give me 50 right here under the basket, why am I talking about shooting?
Facts.
So he proved us. Shut everybody up, shut the critics up. Even was hurt at the beginning of the finals. Coming into it. No excuses. And got the job done. Best player in the league right now going into the next season. Do you agree? And
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Especially, because I feel like his top 2 competitors, KD and Bron, they just getting up there in age, you feel me? And I feel like breaking through like this and getting a chip and already having 2 MVPs, he number 1, man. He number 1. He definitely number 1. It's going to be interesting to see how he carry that into next season. Because you can't really say, oh, we about to see a different Giannis. He been beasting.
Yeah, he been doing. And that's the thing, like, it's consistent. Right. Even though everybody talk about he need to bring more to his game, well, the shit that he do have in this game, can nobody stop it right now. So why would you change up?
Facts. One more point on that too, because everybody talking about wall this, wall up, bruh. You keep playing the same strategy on a great player, eventually the shit ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody say when Jordan beat the Pistons, nobody was like, oh, why you wanna use the Jordan rules? Cause it's Michael motherfucking Jordan. What you mean? Eventually that shit don't work. But we're gonna get on to the Suns though, cause you made a point with Chris Paul. Thinking it might be over for him getting to the championship again. So I'm gonna ask you, let's say he do re-sign with the Suns. Cause he opted out of his last year's deal. If he re-signed with the Suns, what's the missing piece to doing what you saying can't be done? Like, who out there? What position is it? You know what I'm saying? What skill set is it?
I would say no disrespect to any of the role players or bench players on the Suns, because they did a hell of a job this season. But I would need that dominant six-man coming off the bench that could give me a little bit more scoring other than Booker, who could create their own shot. Not saying, Cameron Johnson, he did a fantastic job, but, it was a little on and off with his joints. I need a little bit more consistency, Cameron Payne also. And, it's just that role play coming off the bench, that six-man. I won't say Lou Will, but you can find somebody who can score like Lou Will, who's ready to take that type of role, in their career. I think they have a chance to get back to the finals.
That's legit. Speaking of Lakers again, maybe a Dennis Schroeder type. You feel me? Yeah, Dennis Schroeder should be 6-man away. But for the Suns, damn. I fuck with Jay Crowder. I feel like he definitely a key piece, key vet. But I feel like a power forward, you feel me, that can help DeAndre Ayton down low. So he won't have to, get all the rebounds and he could space out to the mid-range a little bit. He could shoot that if he wants to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who could protect the rim and all that. They ain't growing on trees, you feel me? I remember they drafted Jalen Smith though. Smith from Maryland. He about 6'10". I feel like they should let him play more, definitely. But somebody like that.
Okay.
Definitely help him out.
Just to add, 2 cents onto that, I was over here thinking, if you would have added John Collins to that Suns team for this final, could have been.
That might be it right there. Because that gives you a different type of athleticism.
He got that mid-range, he don't got that 3 like Crowder, but he got a mid-range.
That'd be a good pickup. What you got next?
Getting back to this man, Jru Holiday. Jru, how did they know he was the key to all the answers? Because you came right in first season with him, won a championship.
Bucks.
All
fucking Bucks.
They said all we need is one. Giannis went out last offseason and said, give me somebody. Because he was thinking about leaving.
Right.
They was like, we're going to try to do something. They brought in Jru Holiday. Really defensive player. I won't say, an offensive factor, but he'll get the job done sometimes.
He was wishy-washy on offense.
But on the defense, A+. You know what I'm saying? So they had the defense stacked all the way across the board with PJ Tucker, Giannis, Middleton with his height. Not the best defensive player, but he do have a height advantage.
Facts.
So Jru Holiday, is he the key for the Milwaukee Bucks for them to be the contenders throughout these years? Because they gave him a big contract.
They paid him like he part of the big 3. You feel me? People usually think about the big 3 as niggas that already was top 5 before they got together, top 10 type shit. Like, oh yeah, that's 3 of the top 10, top 15, boom. But this definitely a big 3, bro. They paid him like it. And yeah, man. I definitely think he the key. Made the biggest play of the series, that steal, and then the lob.
Yeah. Keep fast.
Yeah, man. He definitely won't. And that's the thing. When you got players that's talented like that, Giannis, Middleton, Holiday, there's gonna be certain times where, Giannis might not be hitting his free throws, but then when he goes 17 to 19 like he did game 6, then it's a wrap. Feel me? Holiday, he might not score all the time, but if he get 30, you may as well go home at halftime. You feel me? And that's the type of any given day, you feel me? Any given night, the big 3 could go off. I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Holiday for sure.
Shout out to Holiday, man.
DJ Holiday. Alright, so last one. It's gonna be a finals related question. As we know, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, if y'all know what state that's in, it's a real small market, you feel me? We won't usually get too many, you know what I'm saying, outside of the big time cities getting these championships nowadays. But what's the next small market team with a young star that you could see getting a chip soon?
That's a good question.
It's a few of them.
It's a few, but I won't call it small market teams. Like, they're not huge in the NBA, like just to throw a few out there: Atlanta, Utah, Memphis, New Orleans, if they keep Zion.
Yeah, you can't really say them. Atlanta like small market in basketball.
They in small market in basketball, but they starting to get up there. They starting to, Quavo and 2 Chainz and them, bringing that revenue in for them, ambassadors.
L.B.
Like Drake.
Hell yeah.
But Memphis, I like that one. Ja Morant, small market team. I don't see nothing going on with Sacramento.
Nah, I fuck with Utah though. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say, just like you was saying, it's not that small of a market. In basketball, it's a big market, but I say the Celtics. I still rock with Tatum. I feel like he could get one.
Yeah, all the other small market teams kind of,
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
But Utah for sure.
Utah.
Spider. But the best part about the NBA being off schedule a little bit is shortened up the summer. So that means we getting straight into football. And speaking of that, happy birthday Zeke. Ezekiel Elliott, born on this day, July 22nd, 1995, in Alton, Illinois. It's a short drive away from Ohio State where he made his name as a running back, you feel me? 4th pick in 2016 to a team that been holding him back ever since. You feel me? So some people might be surprised we doing a Black History conversation on him. But we here on Ezekiel Elliott.
We are here. And first of all, Ohio State alumni, shout out, I'm a big fan of Ohio State. Like Rob was going to, we was headed this conversation to, he got drafted by a so-called team I do not like to call or do not like to talk about, but he got drafted by this team.
He did.
Right? And when he was at Ohio State, he had a massive offensive line. So, he had them traits of just having a vision and, getting the job done. So when he went to this team in the NFL, they had one of the best offensive lines in the league. Some people say it was the best offensive line in the league, and I agree. At that time,
Murray had just went for like
2000. Yeah. So it was a no-brainer for Ezekiel Elliott to go off. Now, with Ezekiel Elliott type of skills, he know how to make the first man miss. He'll fight for those extra yards. He'll, average out a good 4.2 yards a carry. Decent numbers. But, they say it's a black cat going around in that arena down, AT&T Stadium?
Yeah, the big stadium.
Big stadium, big flat screen and all that.
People be playing Super Bowls in it, just not this team.
Yeah. Fans all around the world. Yeah.
Even here.
A lot of pressure on them.
When you see them here, they be like, have you ever even been there? That's the basic one. I got to this shit.
I can stop what you doing. But let's get back on. Ezekiel Elliott. Great young man, I feel as though, but had a little trouble off the field. But happy birthday. I just wish you ain't go to this so-called team that you went to. But I can understand why you having a great career already. I'm not a big fan of Zeke Bday. I'm keeping it bad. I like more speedy running backs.
Okay.
But he do get the job done.
Respect.
If I would say, it was me, I got Saquon Barkley.
I was just about to say that.
I'm just saying. My cousin always.
I was about to ask you that.
I'm gonna say it on tape. I got Saquon Barkley over Ezekiel Elliott. Fuck is y'all talking about? Fuck all them Cowboy fans. I don't care what the fuck y'all talking about.
He comes back with a knee injury.
Yeah, he get injured. He ain't even alive. Listen, I'm sorry. I'd rather have somebody who's gonna give me 100% when they get on that joint than somebody, if their quarterback get injured, he don't know if he wanna play or not. I'm sorry. I went to a whole different topic around with me. But no, man, all respect to Zeke Elliott, for real. One of the top running backs in my eyes. I like his vision. Like, he know what hole to get to, and he'll get there, make the first man miss, and then catch a couple of extra yards. Really don't see him break for any touchdowns. He ain't that explosive. But good old school running back.
Definitely, that's a fact. Bruh, if I rank the teams that I don't even like saying hate, but the teams that I just don't like, the Cowboys would be at the top of the list, you feel me? The reason I'm doing this this is probably the Cowboy I do this for. Cause of him at Ohio State, where I was a fan already, coming through sophomore, junior year, had 1,600 plus, had what the touchdowns at? 41 touchdowns in his last 2 years, bruh, and then him going up against Alabama the year before he came out in the draft. Bruh, Alabama, since Nick Saban had got there, in them 8 years, 2008, 2015, they was 104-11. 104 wins, 11 losses. This man went for 230 on 20 carries. When nobody was betting against Alabama, bro. Nobody. You had to see it to believe it. He showed that shit, bro. So him coming in with them in a rookie year, making that impact, them going 13-3, always felt like his impact was a little bit more than Dak, just cause when he went off, their record was nice. When Dak go off, it's giant thing 8-8, cause they trying to keep up with that defense, you feel me? But like you said, he an old school running back. He gonna drop the shoulder. He gonna drop the face mask. Drop the bruh. He trying to run through your chest every single time. Fake all that shit, bruh. He might could get loose on you a little bit, but that's set up off him trying to truck you for real. I hear all these people talking about Tony Pollard and Zeke slowing down, all that shit. I feel like Zeke gonna have a bounce back year shit, man. I do. I feel like he gonna be up in that 1,400 yard range again. But we gonna see though, man. It's definitely a law against the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl right now, so we shouldn't expect that. But we got some new DMV laws to go over for y'all. New DMV laws, DC, Maryland, Virginia, if you're not from the area. DC first, minimum wage going up from $15 to $15.20. 20 cents though? Okay, can I get a little bit more? I just wanted to throw that in there. We on to Maryland. Masks is now not going to be required in any establishment, basically including schools. It's just going to be businesses and like different companies can make their own rules up as they go along. What you think about that?
I'm all for it, but I work out in Virginia, so this job ain't killing me. I just got my shot. I'm trying to be out there with nobody, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Show them my
Got the vaccine. What you got the Pfizer?
Yeah, I got the fast. I gotta go back in 2 more weeks, get my second one. You know, heard that second shot coming around, I had to go get it. So,
Okay.
I'm not all the way supporting this, cause it is a second shot coming around. I'm a little nervous about that. We gonna have to strap up again, people, best believe. I see another, what they call it, what we say now, another wave, but I see us staying in the house again for a couple of weeks. I think stuff gonna be closed down for a minute, cause this one sounds like it's gonna be serious than the last one. So I'm not all the way supportive to the mask. I mean, no mask, but you know, if you got your vaccine, all for it, man.
Okay. Respect. Mental health crisis. The call center for Maryland is getting more employees. They putting more funding into that, and that's 211. If anybody need that. Also, the Walter Lomax Act is going in, and that's for somebody that got 40 years off a wrong murder charge. So this act is basically saying that people that wrongfully get put in prison deserve compensation, they deserve money, and hell yeah, what the?
You know what I'm saying?
There ain't even no price you could put on that. That's how stupid it is that you're not paying it out in the first place.
Free all my plugs.
What?
You hear
For
me?
gas? All these niggas getting locked up for gas back in all this shit they selling now.
Now you
That's
can carry
enough,
around
bro.
2 ounces on you. Let's talk about it.
Cause we always talk about niggas gotta make their quota, finish what they trying to lock people up, the DA judge, they trying to get them convictions, all that shit.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, cause, alright, y'all did this one favor, that's cool. But, you know, getting back to the minimum wage, you know, I think it was like 51 or more employees, $15 an hour. But if it's like under 11 employees, they get $11.60 to $11.75.
Yeah, they get $13.50 for 10 or less, and then $14 for 11 to 50 employees.
So for the small marketing businesses, you basically shitting them, cause you giving the big time mainstream business the minimum of 15.
Right.
Who gonna do $13.60 or $13.50 when you can make 15 here at Target or Walmart or whatever the case may be? So them small time businesses might be hurting where they have to bring out a little extra out of their pocket to make sure their employees is taken care of. And we coming off a recession. Well, I won't say recession. Pandemic,
So, I mean, for me, it's like that. The small businesses already the ones that's not getting the funding and shit. You feel me? So then, how they gonna reach into their pocket for something that they ain't got?
And y'all giving out all these PPP loans, all these people. Man, don't give me stuff.
Not the PPP.
Yeah, man, I got the PPP, man. I giving out all this money.
That's a fact. Hey.
And y'all talking about 11? Come on, man, that's not what you doing.
All that minimum wage shit is crazy because the price of shit is going up quicker than way quicker than the minimum wage going up. Bro.
Seafood crazy right now.
What?
Price of seafood is crazy.
Want some crabs? And a grip. Hey, VA though, they just banned from DC, banned living all around DMV. You always know with VA. If you got anything on your mind,
people
don't say the VA.
One place you don't go is Bowie and VA. Yeah, the reasons why you don't go there is because the boys, right? They be a little hostile in those areas. Now, my experience, because I was living out VA during this time of them during this transition of, legalizing marijuana. They got a little more relaxed out there, man. I ain't gonna sit here and be the one that's talking about they still be pressing up on niggas. They got a little more relaxed out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, it used to be that pressure. They used to be on it. But it was a joke that somebody said, well, since marijuana is legal now, they gonna pull you over because they smell gunpowder. We got let up off. I ain't saying let up off the police, but give them a chance.
See what's gonna happen.
You gotta give them a chance.
I hear what you're saying when you say that, cause like, even though it is baby steps that they going there with, you can have up to an ounce. So
Yeah, you have up to an ounce.
As long as you ain't got bags with it.
To be exact.
Yeah, as long as you ain't got bags with it, you straight. So they going in baby steps, but so did DC. I remember in DC, I was surprised niggas could have that. You feel me? Now that shit crazy, but still, I'm with you. You taking steps in the right direction, man. Cause
Yeah, I see it.
we got to focus on the right things out here. And they did away with the death penalty, so that's the last thing I want to bring up. How you feel about that?
I kind of want to be on joke time, but I ain't gonna be on joke time. So it's cool, I'm a lover, not a fighter. It's cool. They took away the death penalty, so I can't really see this one right here, man. I'm keeping it real with you, Rob.
Okay.
Cause people that get the death penalty means you realize there's some shit. Like you wasn't out here just selling marijuana, or you wasn't just doing some coke. Like you was out being a serial killer.
Fucking with little kids and stuff.
Yeah, like you had little kids in the basement locked up for years and shit. Some, that big dumb wild shit. So I'm not saying that they don't belong in society, but how would you change? I want to know what's your method of helping this person, since you ain't gonna, give them the death sentence? Are you just gonna keep them locked up for the rest of their life? One little crazy little joints, like.
If anything, they might start sending these motherfuckers to whatever general population, you feel me? Where it's they just out and about with all the motherfuckers who know their charges, and they get taken care of like that. I'm gonna keep it real. That might be what they thinking, cause you right. Some motherfuckers fuck with some kids. You on a killers, like you just walked up in somewhere and just shot 15, 20 motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And we just going, I ain't gonna start with how they be treating the white people that be doing that, you feel me? But I do think how can I say this? I ain't gonna say I disagree with them taking it away. I just feel like it's certain scenarios. Some motherfuckers don't deserve to live. I'm gonna keep it above. And whether that be through the law that they get, but karma don't miss nobody. That's how I feel about that, John. You wanna close that?
And shit, nah.
I'm gonna be real, cause can you change your life? Yeah, but when you go to a certain extent, bruh, there ain't no coming back from that shit, bruh. You could fake it for a long time, probably fool somebody, but
I don't see it happening, so I wish the best of luck for him on that one.
man, One person, of course, I can never say that about is Pop Smoke. R.I.P. to Pop Smoke. Dropped another album out called Faith through the label. You know what I'm saying? What you think about it?
I downloaded it. I feel as though with this album, and I'm sorry to be so blunt about it, but I feel as though with this album, the label picked these songs, and it hurts me that Pop Smoke wasn't able to pick the songs himself, because some of these songs I feel as though he wouldn't have on here. Like, you know, artists make songs, you know, plenty of songs, but at the end of the day, you know how your contract is set up, you're able to pick the songs that go on the album, or you have a say-so on what songs you don't want to put on, what songs you do want to put on. Some of these songs ain't feel right with me, but having on this album, I'm gonna keep it bang. And but I don't like it, but I do like a couple of songs.
Yeah, I got a top 3, but right again. She just felt weird. Like I listened to it a bunch of times. I was trying, and I'm like, bruh, his last album was tough. You could tell he had input on that jump. And he was transitioning a little bit. It was like one of my favorite jumps he had on the jump was with a Spanish singer. I forgot the name of the jump. But so you could tell he was branching off a little bit, but it's almost like
it took it too far.
Yeah, it's the label for real. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like some jumps was like when you make an album, your song gotta match up. Like you can't go from one gritty song and then next thing I hear is a country ass song or pops. I'm like, what is going on? It's just throw up the vibe of the album. Like he could have pushed that to the side or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking of how Pop Smoke would have did. He probably pushed that, kept that for another album, would have dropped a little, more easier album, mainstream album. Like this just felt like you was trying to do mainstream and like that, because it had a couple of.
I feel like they reaching, bruh. Just because a man got a bunch of verses recorded, don't mean you gotta. First off, rush to put out 2 albums, and then be on some random shit with it too.
Felt like they did it for the money, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because they got an investment in them. You feel me? And because R.I.P. happy birthday to him too, belated yesterday. He would have been 22, bruh. 22.
Man. You blessed for the day that you do have on his birthday.
Damn, R.I.P. man, R.I.P. We got 3 jumps, top 3.
If I had to rate this joint out, it'd be something like a C, so I'd say like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
That's right where I'm at, 6.5. 6.5 on this one, man. Start off number 3 for me.
Number 3, the songs that I do bang with, okay? I get a little joy in my movement right now. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones featuring Future. Crazy. The beat was crazy. Future verse was crazy. Pop Smoke did his thing on the joint. Hey man, that's what reminded me of the old album. So it's good to hear that bump again.
Definitely. Coop reminded me of that shit. That was my jump. Got a little growl at the beginning, you feel me? A little signature Pop Smoke ad-lib at the jump. Beat dropping, he went off on that.
You talking about the Mercy?
Coop. Nah, I just
Coop?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the jump.
Cause my joint called Mercy with Coop.
Okay, that's the jump.
Yeah, the last track on there, Mo. Hey, Mo, some joints. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Like that was a song for me that made me like start thinking back. Like you always get that song of artists. I'm just though, you know, man, the big names out there like Tupac. You hear a song from Tupac, you start thinking about his life.
Right.
You know, what he did, you know, and Mercy was that song for me for Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? So, another banger. It just felt like the old album to me. You know what I'm saying? If I could have got one more, do the little Greedy album, then they would have brought that little extra stuff they did, I would have been cool. But mixing that joint in like that, Mercy is definitely number 2.
Number 2, 30, with Busy Banks. I don't know if Busy from London or like, you know what I'm saying, with the London drill shit and all that, but son went off. He went crazy at the start of that jump and just got me thinking how pop was just a whole bridge, you feel me, to a whole nother country, bruh, to a whole nother, just bridge to the world, for real, like, nah, he was real live about to take over the world, bruh. It's number 2.
Number 1, What's Crackin', featuring Offset.
He goes.
Some joints just get you in your bag. This joint got me in my bag, man. You know, you can get a little swag. You can Pop Smoke, get on the track, get a little swag, get that little vibe. You know what I'm saying? Little 100,000 bitches, what's up? Like, yeah. You get that little vibe, that swag, and what's cracking? That swag. You got that swag in right here.
Hey, this next one, hey, for a little swag too, bruh. That y'all like got my palms itching, you feel me? About 1 million. 42 Doug, 21 Savage. They all went off, and no offense to, well, yeah, offense to anybody that need to take offense to this. This is something that Pop would have put together. This is something I could see, like, okay, 42 from what I feel like Detroit, I think, 21. Now he's all rapping that. Yeah. He would have had this jump on his official album. Love. Peace. Again.
Oh yeah, 50? What was the first joint?
What you talking about?
The first time.
Oh, yeah. Nah, yeah, it's probably like